Hey there, Coastal Bend. I'm meteorologist Carly Smith. We are taking a look at your tropical overview. Not a whole lot happening in the Atlantic Basin, but what we do have is some Saharan dust that's going to work to continue to limit tropical development. However, we're still tracking Tropical Storm Julia this morning. This storm is expected to weaken as it continues to move through Central America, and it is expected to move into the Pacific Basin with a 30% chance of development. Now, north of Julia, we've got a disturbance that may possibly form there in the Bay of Campeche. There's a 10% chance of that happening as of this time over the next 5 days. It's something we will watch, but I want to show you guys some things. That disturbance that develops, it is not going to be Julia. Julia is pretty much expected to stay there in the Pacific Basin, and it will get a different name if it does redevelop there. However, high pressure forming over the Bay of Campeche will likely keep anything that does develop away from Texas. Combine that with the cold front that we are going to see, I'm not expecting much in our area. However, we're going to see our moisture increase. Here's that possible development trying to show up on our moisture tracker with some winds going there around kind of an area of low pressure. But what we're going to notice is just a little bit of moisture increasing Wednesday into Thursday, but then a cold front is going to come through, dry us out as we head into the weekend, making fabulous conditions for Jazz Fest here in Corpus Christi. Waves right now are about 5 feet out in the Gulf. We are expecting some higher waves along our area beaches today, 2 to 4 feet today, up to 3 to 5 feet on Tuesday. Those periods increasing just a bit, up to 8 seconds by Tuesday, and even into Wednesday, we may still be dealing with some higher waves and even some higher tides. So for your marine forecast, the main advisory is minor coastal flooding that may impact fishing, parking, things like that along our beaches. Slight chop across our bays and wind out of the east today, so it's pretty much onshore flow 10 to 15 knots. Pressure is high, water temperature slightly cooler, around 82. Tides are going to play a big role. We're getting that high tide in the afternoon and heading into the evening hours through Bob Hall Pier and Port Aransas. That's when we do expect that coastal flooding. Coastal flood advisory is 1 to 9 p.m. today for those higher than normal tides. Again, high tides at 427 at Bob Hall Pier, Port Aransas 512. This will also lead to a high rip current risk as well.